She's being overdramatic. We had an argument, but it's not something that would ruin our marriage or make her want to leave. I'm sorry for wasting your time, officer. Mom, are you wanting to leave the home? Yes, but I won't leave until I am able to bring baby with me and my dogs. He knows that. Why do you get to take baby? If you want to leave, then leave. But baby is staying here with me. He doesn't want you. Asterisk baby is red-faced and yelling, reaching towards Faye asterisk. Rodney, you have to work later today anyways. Why try to keep him when you know you won't be able to watch him? Fine, take him, but you aren't taking the dogs. They're mine too. Rodney, you hate the dogs. You beat the crap out of them for everything. Were all 3 dogs purchased during the marriage? The youngest 2 were purchased during the marriage. The oldest one was not. Well then, Mum, he can't stop you from taking the 2 that were purchased during the marriage. But the oldest is his property, and unfortunately I can't make him give the dog to you. It broke my heart to leave the 3rd dog with Rodney, but I had no choice. The officer stayed with me while I got my things, baby's things, and things for the dogs. And again, the almost hour-long drive to my parents' home. After I left, what I now know was the hovering and love-bombing stage began. He would constantly contact me, asking about baby, apologizing for his actions, saying how much he missed us and missed his family. He asked me if I would be willing to try family therapy with him to save our marriage. He seemed so remorseful of what had happened between us. And truly seems like he wanted to step up and be the husband and father baby and I deserved. After 2 months apart, I decided I wanted to give him another chance. I made it clear that I fully expected him to make good on the promises he had made me over the last few weeks. He seemed so happy that I wanted to come home. When I was on my way back to our family home, I received a call that informed me that Rodney was picked up on an out-of-state felony domestic violence warrant for a situation between him and his ex-wife. Baby, you've got to help me get out of here. I need you to bail me out. I can't sit here for God knows how long. It's not right. I didn't even do anything wrong. I don't understand how this happened. What happened? Because the last I knew you weren't ever near your ex, and now you have a warrant for DV. Exactly. We got in an argument after you left. And yeah, I said some bad shit, but I never put my hands on her. You have to believe me. I wasn't even near her. She's just doing this to try and tear me down even more. I don't have the money to bail you out, and our credit isn't good enough to take out a loan. I don't think I can do anything to help. Sell everything we have that we don't need at the house. None of it matters. All that matters is I get back home with you and baby and we fix our family. Okay, I love you. I need to show you how much I have changed. I wasn't able to raise enough money for bail, but he told me to keep selling things we don't need to put money on his books. Baby also was very sick during this time, and you need to come and get me now. What do you mean? I haven't raised enough money to get you out. How are you being released? It doesn't matter. They've decided to let me go. They finally realize I'm innocent, and you have to be here to get me. Is there someone who can get you right now and I can get you after my shift? I am only 3 hours in and was just in trouble for missing work because of how sick baby has been the last few weeks. I can't miss again. No, there isn't. That's what happens when you're left in an out-of-state jail. You're alone. They're going to be releasing me in the middle of winter and I am going to have nowhere to go. I'll just freeze to unalive. It's fine. I can just wait. It's not your fault that I am in this mess. It's my ex's. I don't want to cause extra trouble for you at work. I don't have a phone. So I will just wait outside of the jail for you when you're able to get here. No, I'll figure it out. I'm on my way. I can't wait to get home. I just want to take a shower, eat a good meal, and play on my PlayStation. This has been He 11. I'm so excited for you to see baby and be home with us too. But you know I sold the PlayStation. Right, you told me to sell it so you had money on your books. You sold my fucking PlayStation. I never told you to sell that. You told me to sell everything we didn't need to so you had money. I sold literally everything I could, and that included the PlayStation. What the fuck, Faye? You need to get it back today. I can't do that. We don't have the money to buy one. I don't even know if I'll have a job after today since I had to leave work to come get you. I don't want to hear it. I can't believe you're still this fucking stupid. You'd sell the one damn thing I actually care about. You have 3 days to either get mine back or buy me a new one. After all the shit you've put me through, this is too fucking much. Wait a minute. Why are we at your mom's house and not home? I said I wanted us to go straight home. I couldn't afford the rent for our house after you had been in jail for almost a month, and I wanted to save that money to try and help you get out. So I decided to move into my mom's and give up our lease. I cannot believe I had a child with someone who isn't even capable of paying rent. Jesus Christ. I didn't really have an option. I had to miss so much work because baby was so sick the last few months with everything that was going around the daycare. And I didn't have anyone to help take care of him. It's going to be okay though. We can get our own place again fast since you're out now and we can both work. I should be able to get overtime too. Plus, my brother has an old PlayStation you can use until we can get you a new one. So your brother lives here too? Yeah, with his son. But mom has a 5-bedroom house, so we will still have our own space. This better not cause a bunch of issues. I don't care whose house it is. I'm not going to be treated like I have to listen to your mom like some kind of child. It did not take long before Rodney began to lash out towards my mother and brother as well. He was always the victim. Everyone was always out to get him. And he never did anything wrong to deserve backlash, of course. As he was not working yet, he was supposed to be watching baby during the days that he was not in daycare. We had to switch baby to part-time daycare due to costs. But Rodney watching baby was more like him ignoring him and playing video games all day. We pick up our story on a day that Rodney was supposed to be watching baby. Instead, he was on the PlayStation until he looked up and realized he couldn't find baby. What are you doing in here with baby? He's supposed to stay with me. You didn't ask to take him in the kitchen. You're right, I didn't. I heard my grandbaby yelling for food for almost 30 minutes before I decided to make him some lunch. If you paid him any attention, you would have noticed that he was gone almost 20 minutes ago. He needs to learn some patience. I would have fed him when I was ready to feed him. You clearly had more important things to do, so I took care of feeding baby. Look, lady, I don't give a fuck that this is your house. That's my kid and you don't get to run the show when it comes to him. You're right, I don't run the show when it comes to him. But if you think I'm going to sit around and listen to my grandchild be neglected because his daddy is too lazy and worthless to feed him, you did wrong. Go ahead and puff up like a damn bird, Rodney. If you think I made it to my age being scared of weak little men like you, you've got the wrong idea. You are in this house at the request of my daughter. And once the day comes and she realizes she can do so much better than you, nothing will make me happier than finally putting you out on your ass. You miserable old bitch. I hope you have a heart attack right where you stand, so I can watch you drop on a live in front of me. And then I'll laugh up here while you're frying in Heat 11. And if the good Lord chooses to take me like that, trust and believe I will have a place saved right next to me in He 11 so I can take pleasure in watching you suffer for all of eternity. Now go back to your games and stop bothering me. Hey, is brother okay? I passed by him when I walked inside and he seemed like he was on a seriously intense phone call. He'll be okay. He's just upset right now. He got a call from a DSS agent. DSS for what? Did something happen to his son? No, his boy is okay. Apparently, someone called and anonymously reported him for having his son in an unsafe and dangerous situation around unstable dementia patients unsupervised. What? That's crazy. They don't know who made the report. No, they unfortunately can't release that information. But don't you worry about it. You know the kids here are completely safe, and I would do absolutely everything I can to keep them that way. But I will say, your Rodney has a major temper. You know we have never seen eye to eye, but it seems to me like he is getting worse with time. Are you sure that's who you want to raise baby with? He's just going through a rough time right now, that's all. He's baby's dad, baby needs him.